Right folks, welcome back to Celtic Fans TV. It's time for another starting 11 prediction, this time for tomorrow's trip to Pittodrie to face Aberdeen. Aberdeen are currently sitting 4th, 4 wins so far, 3 draws, 2 defeats, 15 points, 1 point behind Motherwell who are in 3rd, who they beat last week obviously 3-0 at Fir Park, which was a good win for them. For us, off the back of Thursday's exertions, a massive win against Lazio. It's obviously a dilemma for Neil Lennon now about how much to rotate the squad. He only made one change for a Livingston game, which came just a few days after we played Cluj. He did talk in yesterday's press conference about they've looked historically at rotating the squad after European games, and they think that making more than 3 changes has a detrimental effect on results, so I don't expect too many changes. We'll start in goals as we always do. Fraser Foster, who pulled off a blinding save to win us a match in stoppage time. I was sitting right behind it. I thought it was in. I could not believe he saved it. It was Cataldi hit the sweetest volley you could ever wish to see. So powerful, so accurate, and a big man's clawed it out of the top corner to win us the game. On the right back, I'm going to go with Jeremy Frimpong. Brilliant last Saturday against Ross County. Really impressing everybody for what you hear. For Neil Lennon, and the sounds come for some of the players as well. Like, he's really impressing everybody in training. I expect him to start. El Ahmed obviously played on Thursday night. I thought he was good. Going forward, I thought he was bright in the first half. He did tire into the second half, and I think whatever this injury is that he's managing, is clearly causing him problems, because he did struggle later on into the second half, and obviously I think when he came off, he was replaced by Beaton. So that would suggest, I think Bauer was on the bench on Thursday, so I don't see why he didn't come on instead of Beaton, but I think it's going to be Frimpong. Bauer started against Livingston, wasn't great, so I'm going to go with the wee man at right back. Centre half, Jullien and Ajer. Christopher Jullien, who's been threatening to score a goal for a corner or a free kick for weeks and weeks. Couldn't have picked a better time to get one on Thursday night. Glorious goal, glorious time to get it. Absolute scenes as well. Delighted for him because he played so well. He's played so well on Thursday, and that was a brilliant way to cap his performance with a winning goal. Ajer alongside him, I thought he done well on Thursday as well. They had to deal with Caicedo, who was physical and awkward. Correa as well with the pace, and okay at times in the game. Lazio did get chances. Correa has that one off the post in the second half, but I think they dealt with Lazio well enough. And then Big Jullien gets the winner. Those two will start together. No surprises there. Left back, I expect Bolingoli to start. He obviously came off on Thursday for Johnny Hayes, but I think he's okay. I don't think he's got any real injury worries there. Neil Lennon doesn't seem to have said in the press conference that he is out, so I think it's going to be him to start. Don't think we're going to see Greg Taylor yet, but I think we will in the weeks to come before the next international break. Into midfield, we had some big performances in there again on Thursday. I thought Scott Brown was really good. We can come back to this debate about Scott Brown playing so many games at the age he's at, but there's no reason to rest him. Again, you go back to the Livingston game and you think he didn't play well that day, but nobody really played well that day. I fully expect him to start, and alongside him Callum McGregor, as usual. I thought McGregor was good the other night again. In front of them, it is going to be Tom Rogic. Ryan Christie, who was absolutely superb on Thursday. I think he was the catalyst for the whole swing in the game when Lazio went in front and we started the second half really shakily. I think Ryan Christie was the catalyst for swinging the game. He's obviously suspended, so we're going to miss him. It will be Tom Rogic, who's got a great record against Aberdeen. He obviously came off the bench on Thursday as well, and I thought he done all right. We know that he's never really hit the heights in European football, but I thought he done well enough. Olivier Nchamp's still out with that ankle injury, so it is going to be Tom Rogic in the 10, and hopefully he can continue that wonderful form that he's got against Aberdeen. On the right hand side, James Forrest. I thought he got into good areas on Thursday, but his final ball just seemed to be lying. I think there was a couple of times where he couldn't sort his feet out. He kind of fell over the ball. One in the first half, one in the second half that I can remember. So he'll have a lot better games in terms of creative output than he did on Thursday, but I fully expect him to start tomorrow at Pittodrie. And on the left hand side, I do think it will be Mohamed El Yunusi. Again, he was another one. We didn't have a lot of top performances for the attacking players. Edouard grew into the game and done really well with assists for Christie's goal. But I thought El Younousi was another one that struggled. He worked really hard as he always does, but again, in terms of creative output, when he got any good positions, in terms of crosses and getting shots at goal, he didn't look at his sharpest the other night. But I fully expect him to start as well. And up top, it will be Odsonne-Edouard. I don't expect Bio to start. That's obviously the only other option that we've got just now up top. Edouard, who I said grew in the game, done so well to get the assist. A lot of people would have you believe that being a striker is just about scoring goals, but it's not. When you can't score goals, you've got to do other things to affect the game and help your team, and I think Edouard showed that the other night. Didn't get too many chances in front of goal. He probably wasn't at his best, but he still finds a way to contribute. His link-up play, brilliant, gets the assist for Christie, and that's what makes him an all-round player. So he's huge for us. That's the team I've went with. That's a huge game for us, obviously off the back of Thursday night. It's a must-win for us. The away form has been a little bit dodgy. If you think the last 3 games, there was a 1-0 win at Hamilton where we weren't great, the draw at Hibs, and then the defeat at Livingston. So we've just got to watch the away form. That's a huge game for us. I think if we turn up and we play to a good level, we'll win it. We've got a good record at Pittodrie, and I think as long as we start the game well enough, get in the front foot, we should be able to get 3 points, and it'll be a big win for us. Like the video, comment your own teams below. Who do you think will start at right back? You expect Vogic to place Christie as well. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We're approaching 20,000 now. We want you to get there before Christmas, but it'd be amazing if we get there before November. And please don't forget, you can donate to our Just Giving page for the Celtic Park Sleep Out on the 16th of November, supporting the wonderful work done by the Celtic FC Foundation at this time of year. That's it. We'll see you in Aberdeen tomorrow for all of the post-match content. Thank you.